It's Coon here. Going to go over what we're going to do this week in language arts. I'm sorry if you are out due to sickness or quarantine or you had a doctor's appointment, but here is what we're going to be doing this week so that if you are at home, you can still do it because you have your computer. So we are going to go to Canvas, click on ELA, whatever block you have me, and then week 4. And this is kind of what we're working on this week. We are taking a CFA on Monday. I'll get back to that in 1 second. Tuesday, we're going to work on context clues. There's a mini lesson and notes, and then we have an activity. Wednesday is context clues with the story 7th grade that we read last week. Thursday is a context clues competition, an in-class activity, and Friday is library day. So really, if you're out, the only days you need to really worry about is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, it's just an in-class activity. If you're not there, you don't need to do anything for that day. Congratulations, you get a break. And Friday, we have library day. So obviously, if you're not there, you're not going to go to the library with us, but we'll get you to the library when you get back. All right, so Monday, what you're going to do is you're taking a CFA, which is a common formative assessment. So when you click on it, it takes you to the lineup for this week. You'll see here I have all the assignments and I have what days we're working on them and when they're due. So Monday is a CFA. So we just finished working on citing several pieces of text evidence. And so you're going to take a CFA, which stands for Common Formative Assessment. It says, please take your time and read the passages and then the question, all the answer choices before choosing the best answer. You will have the entire class period to work on this assessment. Please take your time. Raise your hand if you have any questions. This will count as a test grade, so you need to take it seriously. So you will click here, load CFA, and it will take you into SchoolNet directly, and it will take you, and you will see you have a little button to click, start now, the test will come up. It is 10 questions, 2 passages, 5 questions per passage. Hopefully it will not take you longer than 30 minutes, but if it does, you have all the time that you need. That is what we are doing on Monday, okay? On Tuesday, we're moving on from that. I will look at the data and we will go back and visit it as we need to throughout the year. But Tuesday, we're going to move on to context clues. So the very first thing we're going to be doing on Tuesday is we are going to just be having a mini lesson about it. Okay, so the rest of the week we are focusing on determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in a text. Okay. Today, so on Tuesday, we're going to learn how to define the words by using context clues. In class, if you're in class, we did an interactive Google slide. So if you were in class, you'd be following along with me and it would be showing on your screen and you'd have to do things. Since you're not here in class, if you're not here for Tuesday, you would just click here and here's the presentation that I'm doing with them in class. It won't be interactive for you on your end, but you at least can see the notes that we were talking about. So what is a context clue? Can I just look up the words and why it's important? Here are the 4 types. This is really important. And when you come to class, I would write this down in your note section. I'm going to have the students write it down in their note section. But there's 4 types of context clues. The definition is there in the sentence for you. It tells you what it is. An antonym, it gives you an opposite word. A synonym, it gives you another similar word or an inference based on the information that's around the sentence. This is what you think it means. It's your educated guess. So we're going to talk about each one. You can go through here and read this on your own. Other tips, it says look between commas or parentheses. A lot of times there's a comma. So this latrophobia or fear of doctors. So that's what that means because there's a comma there. Or this one is in parentheses. Authors do it either way a lot of times. So then we're going to practice with it. So these are different ways that you can practice. And here's a summary. That's the mini lesson that I'm going to be doing in class. So I would kind of read through this on your own and kind of, if you have any questions, send them my way. Email me, Google chat me if you can. I'm there if you need me. Then we're going to take this and we are going to go into the next activity. The next activity, I honestly think is a lot of fun. So you would come into this activity context clues 2, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, our focus standard is the same. Determine the meaning of words and phrases as they're used in a text. Okay. And you're going to load this. It's going to come up in Cami for you. Okay. And once Cami loads, remember if you have to log into it, please use your school email address and make sure that that is what is there. And if you're my block 1, your first activity is going to be these words, but they're going to have multiple choice. If you're in my block 2, yours are fill in the blank. Okay. So you're going to read each sentence that contains a word that may be unfamiliar to you. Use context clues to select the correct definition of the unknown words, then underline the context clues that help you guess the meaning. Okay. So they give you an example. So again, using these notes and using the different types of context clues. Did it give me a definition? Did it give me an antonym? Did it give me a synonym? Did it give me an inference? Did I have to infer? And again, it tells you what these are right here and gives you examples of them. And it tells you in other tips. Go back and look. So you'd read this sentence and decide. Okay. That's if you're in my block 1. If you're in my block 2, your first activity is a little bit different. And then both of them, we're doing this. Okay. Use the context clues to determine the bolded nonsense words. Y'all, you cannot look up this word. Blarpy, it's not a word. It's a nonsense word. Okay. So it's totally made up, and it's really to get you thinking about context clues. So you will read the paragraph, you'll look at these words, and then you're going to tell me what you think they mean based on what you read in the sentence. Okay. And then you have these 3 words from this little paragraph. And then you have these words from this paragraph. Okay. And it's just to get you thinking. This might be fun to do with a parent. So if you want to grab a parent, your grandparent, an older or younger sibling, you guys could have a discussion. It could be a lot of fun. Okay. That is due. When you're done, you need to click submit up here, then click submit again and wait for it to say done. And then you can turn it in. That is what we are doing Tuesday, probably into Wednesday. So make sure that you at least get that in by Wednesday. Okay. And then also on Wednesday, we are going to do 7th grade context clues. So we read 7th grade last week about Victor and Teresa and Michael and going into 7th grade and all about that. So there is an activity that goes with that story. If you need to pull that story back up, you definitely can do that. You can find it in last week's module. It is there, but here it says identify the type of context clues used in each example below. So that says you choose from example, explanation, synonym, or antonym. So your example it's giving you choices. Explanation is just like definition. Synonym and antonym are in your notes. So you would write one of those words, example, explanation, synonym, or antonym, for each one of these. Okay. Then down here, you are telling me the meaning of the bold-faced word, and then you're telling me what type of clue was it given. So did you get an example? Did you get an explanation? Did it use a synonym or did it use an antonym? When you're done with this, turn it in. Hit that submit button, hit submit again, wait for it to submit. When it says done, then you can move on. Okay. And that is it if you are at home instead of at school. Those 3 kind of days. Okay. Right here, it shows you under modules. Monday, we're doing the CFA. Tuesday, we're doing our mini lesson. Context clues Tuesday, we're going to start on this. If it goes into Wednesday, that's fine. We'll finish it up on Wednesday. And then Wednesday, we're going to do context clues. You do not need to worry about Thursday. It is just something we are going to do in class. It tells you this. If you're absent during this activity, you're excused and you do not need to make it up. So you do not need to worry about that. And Friday, we are going to the library. So if you have any questions, need help, please feel free to email me. And I hope to see everyone soon when you come back to class.